بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسول الكريم أما بعد. Sayyidina Abu Hurairah radiallahu ta'ala narrates that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, many of those who fast abstain nothing through such fasting except hunger, and many a person performs salah by night but obtains nothing by it except the discomfort of staying awake. With regards to this hadith, the ulama have mentioned three different interpretations. First, this hadith may refer to those who fast during the day and then for iftar eat food that is haram. All the reward for fasting is lost. All the reward for fasting is lost because of the greatest sin of eating, haram. And nothing is gained except remaining hungry. Secondly, it may mean those who fast duly, but during fasting, they engage themselves in backbiting and slandering others, as we'll see later. Thirdly, the person referred may be the one who, while fasting, did not stay away from evil and sin. In this hadith, all such possibilities are included. Similar is the case of the person performing salah all night voluntarily because of backbiting or any other sinful act, for example, missing Fajr salah or staying away to show his night of devotion goes unrewarded. Abu Ubaidah radiallahu ta'ala reports that I've heard Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam saying, fasting is a protective shield for man as long as he does not tear up that protection. Fasting is a protective shield for man as long as he does not tear up that protection. Protective shield means just as a man protects himself with a shield, similarly fasting protects him from his well-known enemy, which is shaitan. In another hadith, we are told that fasting saves one from Allah's punishment and hellfire in the hereafter. Once someone inquired from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what causes the fast to be broken? So he replied, telling lies and backbiting. This hadith, when read in conjunction with so many others, actually tells us to avoid such actions which cause fasting to be wasted. In our times, we are fond of wasting time with unnecessary conversations. Some ulama are of the opinion that lies, backbiting, slander, etc. actually break the fast just like eating and drinking. But the great majority of ulama believe that the fast is not broken, but loses its blessings. The ulama of Islam have mentioned 6 things about which care should be taken. The first is that one should keep the eyes away from any place where one should not look. Keep the eyes away from any place which one should not look. Some go as far as to prohibit looking at one's wife with desire during fasting, let alone any other woman. Similarly, looking at any other evil action or where evil is committed should be avoided. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the glance is like an arrow from the arrows of shaitan. Whosoever out of the fear of Allah prevents himself from looking at evil, Allah should grant him such light of faith, the taste and ecstasy of which he will feel in his heart. Secondly, one should guard the tongue against lies, unnecessary conversation, backbiting, argument, swearing, etc. In Bukhari, we read that the fasting is a shield for the fasting person. For this reason, those who fast should avoid all useless talk, joking, argument, etc. Should anyone pick an argument, then say, I am fasting. In other words, one should not start an argument. And if someone else starts it, then too one should avoid taking it up. When the person who starts an argument is not an understanding person, then at least one should remind oneself that I am fasting. During the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, 2 ladies were fasting and suffered the pangs of hunger to such an extent that fasting became unbearable. The Sahaba brought this to the attention of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who sent a bowl commanding them to vomit in it. When they both vomited, pieces of meat and fresh blood were found in the bowl. The Sahaba were greatly surprised, upon which our Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, they fasted with halal food from Allah, but partook of haram food by backbiting other people. From the above, it becomes clear that by backbiting during fasting, the fast becomes so much harder. For this reason, both women were near death. Similar is the case with other sinful acts. An experience shows that the faithful God-fearing persons find no hardship in fasting, whereas the sinful usually find it hard to bear. One should therefore stay away from all sins, especially major sins like backbiting, slander, etc., which are often indulged to waste away time. May Allah Ta'ala grant us understand. Inshallah, the other um, points we'll discuss tomorrow. Subhanallah bihamdihi, subhanakallahumma bihamdik. ونشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام